Hi, I'm Michael Stevenson. I'm the producing artistic director at Capitol Stage.
I'm Kristin Clippard. I'm the director of Alabaster by Audrey Cefaly.
First of all, what's it like to be in Sacramento?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Sacramento. I'm a huge fan. As you know, I used to live in the Bay Area, and
right.
I never really got to spend a lot of time here, but I've really been enjoying getting to know your city. It's awesome.
That's great. That's great. And I'm just curious, what got you started in theater?
It's the pretty typical story.
Yeah.
I was putting on plays in my basement with my siblings and went into performing. I went to college and got my degree in acting,
Yeah.
so BFA in acting, and was making a living acting and teaching, and then started to do some directing, and then thought, oh, this is pretty awesome. So it's been a pretty typical evolution as far as moving from performer into director.
Actor, director, yeah. I think that's the best kind of director, too. Somebody's been an actor before, so they know how to talk with actors and understand the pressures that are there. And so how did you get introduced to this piece?
Well, I was here in Sacramento visiting for the National New Play Showcase of New Plays through the National New Play Network last December, December 2018.
Wow.
And I saw a staged reading of this play. Yeah. And it was the same, you were there, and I think a lot of people were really, really excited about this play. And I think that Audrey was somebody who was on my radar. I had already read some of her plays, but this play, just hearing it out loud, was sort of an electric experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And this, by the way, is the largest National New Play Network showcase, rolling world premiere in all the time that they've been in existence. It's 11 theaters now, which is
huge.
Really amazing. We feel really lucky to have gotten a hold of it. Can you, do the impossible. Can you tell me what the play's about?
Sure. So the play is taking place on a dark and dangerous sort of farm in deep in Alabama, and it's about two people from opposite sides of the country who come together over a shared tragedy and art, and also over a deep, deep need for human connection. So these two people come together, unlikely, unpredictable people, in a situation where there's an interview and some photos being taken. And through the course of this interview and these photos, they start to see something really special in the other person, and they end up forging a really, really beautiful relationship together.
One of the things I admire about it so much is it deals with personal tragedy and loss and moving on, but it's also so funny. But the way that Audrey writes, she doesn't really like punchline jokes. She just writes beautiful, funny situations, and the dialogue can be heartbreaking, but also I laughed so loud for almost all the play. It was really something.
She does. She's got a gift for writing very natural comedy that's based out of characters who are very, very, very different and unorthodox people, and they live their lives in a very different kind of way. And that's where a lot of the humor comes from.
And there's also goats. There are goats in this play.
Who doesn't love goats in a play? Yeah, it's amazing. There are goats who are played by human beings in our play. I hope that's not giving
that's spoiler alert.
Yeah. And they kind of act as a little bit of a chorus, a little bit of a narrator to our story, but also this one goat in particular is sort of acting as a spirit guide, as someone who is kind of like a mentor or a therapist to the character who lives on the farm.
And one of the things I love about NNPN is the playwright is very involved in the rolling world premiere, and we had the good fortune to have Audrey come and spend some time with us this past weekend, right? How was that?
Oh, it's so great. I love having the playwright in the room.
Yeah.
There's just nothing that can replace having the person there to sort of talk through what their original intention was, and we can say, oh, we thought we interpreted it as this, and so could it be this? Could it also be this choice? So it's just so much fun to have them talk through possibilities of what the play could be. And we had a great time talking about the backstories of these ladies and what brought them to this point in their story, in their lives. And Audrey made a couple of discoveries too, so I feel like, what our time together helped take the play a step forward and make it an even better play.
Yeah. And it's so beautifully and unexpectedly executed. I admire the writing so much that way. It's really, really something.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that they're two artists too, that have different mediums. One's a photographer, one's a painter, that they can sort of relate to each other on that level.
Yeah, yeah, and actually that becomes a critical way that both of them kind of lead their way out.